Hey everyone, it's Johnny, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. And today, I just ate a bunch of spicy ramen, and so now I'm like, but today, aside from that, we're going to be going over all of the returning fall and winter fragrances in our new catalog that comes out August 1st. So first and foremost, before we get into this, if you do need Scentsy and probably something to cool the spiciness of a hot, food that you just ate, you can always go down and check out my website in the description box. And if you have any questions, my email is down there as well. So because there are so many returning fall and winter fragrances, I'm actually going to be breaking this up into several parts, and each video will be smaller, but we'll cover one category of scent. So like spice, woods, floral, whatever. So this will be the first out of probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories. And I will not be doing a video on the the citrus or the floral categories, because they are not including any new scents that weren't already previously available in the spring summer catalog. Just to kind of save time, I don't want to go over stuff that most of you are already now familiar with. That being said, I'm also not going to be covering the 10 brand new fragrances that were just released for the catalog in this weird video series, because I covered that in the first part to this whole set of first sniffs, where in the very beginning video I talked about and sniffed and in-depth analyzed the 10 new scents. So without further ado, this is going to be the spice component. And I will be releasing all these videos on the same day, so feel free to watch any or all of them. And I will be giving you my feedback. So I already marked up one of my new catalogs, so I know which ones we're going to be talking about. So in our list for spice today, we're going to be going over Apple and Cinnamon Sticks, Cozy Fireside, Autumn Hearth, Autumn Sunset, Farm Stand Pumpkin, First Day of Fall, Blood Orange Spice, Homestead Holiday, Christmas Cottage, Maple Apple Bourbon, Cider Mill, Perfect Pumpkin Pear, Cinnamon Bear, Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl, and Clove and Cinnamon. And I have them right in front of me, in no particular order apparently, so let's dive right in. All right, so first we have Apple and Cinnamon Sticks. I've never smelled this. This is apple peel, spiced white pumpkin, and a touch of oak. And it's reddish, like most of these waxes are. Ooh, okay. So I get apple. I get cinnamon. I don't know if I get spiced white pumpkin, or if I know what a spiced white pumpkin is, although my mouth is kind of burning from my ramen, so I'm getting plenty of spice there. This reminds me a little bit of, this is like the more apple-y version of Better Homes and Gardens Apple and Oak. I don't think you get very much oak in this. It's just like a hint of it on the back end, maybe. It's mostly like bright apples, like red apples, and cinnamon. And it lives up to its name. I like it. It doesn't like stand out to me as anything particularly, immaculate, but it smells good. Apple and Cinnamon Sticks. Let's go on to Cozy Fireside. This is warm spice notes with zesty ginger and cinnamon. This is going to be a whole category of cinnamon, I can already tell now. And that's like heavy cinnamon. That's like cinnamon. You definitely get the ginger. And I don't know what warm spice is supposed to be, but I'm guessing it's like a nutmeg, clove sort of blend in there too. This is nice. It's not my cup of tea particularly. I remember warming this, I think, before last year, and it was okay. But yeah, it's different with the ginger in there. It's nice, but I don't know if it's one of my particular favorites to smell. Autumn Hearth. Let's see. I don't know what this one is. Cue up a classic. Apple, cinnamon, and tonka are all about fall. Here we go. So you get apple, you get a very sweet tonka. So tonka bean, if you're not familiar, is kind of like in the vanilla family, but it can give off a cherry sort of fragrance, and it can give off a vanilla sort of finish, depending on how it's used. This is more on the cherry side. So it's like an apple, like sweetness, but not like a sweet apple. It's like a apple plus an additional sweetness that's not apple-y. And I guess there's a little cinnamon. I don't really get very much cinnamon out of this, but I'm not particularly like head over heels over this. This is like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. But that's Autumn Hearth. All right. We're skipping over Dancing Sugar Plums. That's one of the new ones. Check out my other video for that. Autumn Sunset. Ugh. Do I have to really smell this? Apples, pumpkins, fall leaves, and spices. A top 10 fragrance. Except if you're Johnny. So. Nope. Nope. There's... This scent gives me like a bad reaction, and not like hives or allergies. I mean, it just like that. You do get apples, you do get pumpkins, you get this fall leafy sort of vibe. I don't know what spices they're using, but whatever it is in conjunction with the whatever leaf blend they have just does something that makes me kind of queasy. If this is your favorite, apparently it's a top 10 fragrance. Please just don't warm it when I'm in your house if I ever come to visit you, because I will beeline to your restroom, most likely. This scent to me is like a bottom 10 scent. Can't do it. I think this is one of the few scents that I've actually had to pull from my warmers because it did not so good things to me. So if you like this, congratulations, it's back, but please don't warm it anywhere near me. Moving on to something I do like, Farm Stand Pumpkin. Indulgent notes of fresh apple, cinnamon stick, pumpkin, and caramel. So this is one that when I first smelled on cold, and when I still smell on cold, I'm like, meh. But this is one of those weird ones where when I warmed it, I fell in love with it and started huffing my wax warmers. So I know there's a caramel note. It's like a sweet caramel if it's in there alongside the apples and pumpkins. I don't really get a whole lot of cinnamon out of this, but the caramel is like a buttery caramel, which I love. And it almost, when it warms, I remember this kind of giving me like a little bit of a pumpkin marshmallow vibe because of the butteriness of the caramel. Oh, it is so good. And I don't usually like caramel scents, but this one, oh my word, it is delightful. Highly recommend. Try that. But you might not like that one and like Autumn Sunset. You know, that's cool too. All right, first day of fall. I have not smelled this one. I have not smelled a lot of these. All the best parts are here. Just pick pumpkin, a breath of autumn woods, ground nutmeg, and a spicy dash of cinnamon. But where are you? First day of fall. Everything's here. Even the kitchen sink is here. Even your neighbor's there too. Ooh, this is really good. I get nutmeg. I get a little cinnamon, maybe not so much. I do get woodsy note. Ooh, just pick pumpkin. I don't know about that, but there's like a sweetness to this. It is good. I don't know what's in it. I may change my mind after I warm it because that does happen from time to time. Ooh, it's like a sweet, fresh, slightly woody. Ooh, it's just so good. First day of fall. Ooh. I might warm that on the first day of fall. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Moving on. Blood Orange Spice, which is a bestseller. This sweet tart trio of candied apple, blood orange puree, and cinnamon stick will satisfy your autumn obsession. Will it now? Are you sure? So about that obsession with fall or whatever it's... I get the orange. I get the apple that's candied. I don't know if I get any cinnamon in this. Where are you? Yeah, no, I don't really get cinnamon. But I do get a lot of the candied appleness and the blood orange. I don't know if this is going to satisfy my autumn obsession, but it's not bad. I just think it's trying to overhype itself, and its little description here, I think it needs to sit down, have a seat, take a number. But it's not bad. All right, Homestead Holiday, blood orange and cinnamon, freshened by fir needle. So much cinnamon in this catalog. Like one of my least favorites. All right, here we go, Homestead Holiday. Okay. I do get a citrusy, so that's probably the blood orange. Yeah. I get a little cinnamon, but I really get the fir needle. I'm surprised that this isn't in like a fresh category. This is sweet, cinnamony, citrusy, woodsy deliciousness, and I am thoroughly surprised, and I really like it, and I think you should try it. Ooh, wow, that was okay. Homestead Holiday. Yes, please. Christmas Cottage. Let's move on. A bestseller, a cozy, inviting blend of Valencia oranges, raspberries, cloves, and spices. Oh, raspberries. Oh, I get the sweetness of the raspberry. That's weird. I do get orange and the raspberry. I get spices. I guess I do get cloves. I get what the notes are there. I do smell them all. It's sweet, spicy citrus. I don't know if it's for me. I guess I can see why this is a bestseller more than Autumn Sunset ever was, but I don't know if it's something that I want my house smelling like. It kind of reminds me of Michael's. The craft store. I could take it or leave it, but it's not bad. So far, the only one that is like, please don't put near me is Autumn Sunset, but I already knew that. Maple Apple Bourbon is another bestseller. This is juicy red apple and rich maple. Get in the holiday spirit with a splash of bourbon. Well, you get the maple, that's for sure. I guess I get some bourbon in there. I don't know if I get apple, really. I'm sure it's in there. I feel like after you smell a million apple scents, it just all smells like apple. Oh, no, there is the apple. Okay. If I smell really hard, if I, like, shove the wax up my nose, I can smell the apple. No, but I do mostly get maple, a little bit of bourbon, and that juiciness, I guess, is from the apple. It's not bad. I'm actually curious to see how this will warm. I usually like maple scents on my pancakes and waffles in syrup form, not in wax form. But we'll try this. We will see. I might actually like this more than I think I'm going to like it, or I might hate it. We'll find out. That is Maple Apple Bourbon. Cider Mill, dun 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 dun, brings together fresh apples, crushed pumpkin, and simmering spices for a cozy autumn treat. Oh, I remember this one. I feel like I was disappointed with this one. It smells so good. Like it's fresh apples. I guess you get pumpkin. I get more of like an autumn leafy vibe more than just spices. But I feel like this is very forgettable. And it smells really light. And I feel like that is going to ding some points from it because it smells nice, but if it's super light, I mean, there's so many apple and cinnamon and pumpkin based scents in this catalog. That's going to be hard to justify this one over something else, but it's not bad. Cider mill. Perfect pumpkin pear. Fresh fall fresh pumpkin and crisp golden pears mingle with breeze drifting cloves and sandalwood accents. Wait, breeze drifting cloves? Do cloves just float through the breeze? I was not aware of this. Anyways, let's find out. I'm intrigued. Oh, all right. You do get the pear. It's juicy. You do get a pumpkin. Mostly like a pear note at top. I do get a woody sandalwood kind of vibe on the bottom. Do I get, what is this other thing? Cloves. Not specifically cloves. I guess it's there. Or you could argue it's there. I get more sandalwood than I get cloves. Which I'm not mad about. And I like pear and I like sandalwood. I'm indifferent about pumpkin usually. I'm curious to see how this performs. I am intrigued. It's an interesting combination, and I hope it smells good like it does on my little sniff test here. All right, Cinnamon Bear. I don't really want to smell this, but I will because I'm nice. This is, I mean, it's basically cinnamon, but it's called a crisp, spicy cinnamon with a touch of cloves. It is the best seller. If you like cinnamon, red hot cinnamon, you will love it, darling. You will absolutely love it. I won't. Not a big cinnamon person. Same thing with like Jelly Belly when they did like the sizzling cinnamon one. Didn't bother warming it. Knew wasn't gonna like it. This is that. Although I could see using this as a mixer if I wanted to add a spice note to something else. But on its own, don't need it. No thank you. Not for me. Pumpkin cinnamon swirl, where are you? Come here, my child. Fresh pumpkin garnished with cinnamon stick and a dollop of whipped icing. Okay, this should be in the bakery category. I don't know why it's in the spice category. This is like a cinnamon roll with icing with pumpkin. And it is heavenly. And this is maybe one of the only cinnamon scents that I'm like, please give me more, more, more. This is doing things to me. Get your mind out of the gutter. Oh, I love this scent. Okay, so this is definitely a yes in my book. All right, pumpkin cinnamon swirl, you are approved. And then finally we have in the spice category, clove and cinnamon, a classic scent of cinnamon sticks fused with cloves. How original. And it is what it says, cloves and cinnamon, and I don't necessarily need this in my life either. But I could see this being a good mixer if you wanted to add cinnamon to, say, like Johnny Appleseed and make it more of a fall fragrance. So that might be fun, but I don't need my house smelling like clove and cinnamon all the time. No, thank you. All right, so my top contenders in this category so far. Let's pull a couple out. Gotta have that one. This one I'm curious about. This one I'm curious about. What about this one? I'm curious about this one. So, I guess my top two would definitely be Farm Stand Pumpkin and Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. And that's kind of biased because I've warmed them before and really liked them. But those are my top two for sure. Notable mention, in my opinion, would be Homestead Holiday, Perfect Pumpkin Pear, First Day of Fall, Maple Apple Bourbon, and Apple and Cinnamon Sticks. Now, that isn't to say some of the other ones aren't delightful or interesting in their own ways, but out of these ones that I picked out, these, 2, 4, 6, I can count, 7 fragrances, that's all one more than a 6-pack. Would be my go-to ones to try first. So, that wraps up the spice section. There is the Dancing Sugar Plum, the new release, and Welcome Home is returning, but we're not going to go over and cover that because it's been around here for a while. Anyways, I hope this is helpful. This was part 1 out of 5, if I can count correctly. So feel free to check out the other ones. I will be posting them all at the same time. So I hope these help you out. Please make sure to hit the like and subscribe if this is helpful, and I will see you soon.